You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com. Go there if you have questions, because your elder brother of America, the older brother of America, has answers. And you can either pay an egregious fee in both time and money, and then say, oh, dude, my life is totally fucked up. Or you can just learn from your wiser older brother. Hi, Aaron. I'm reaching out to you for a little guidance as to which choice I should make after graduating from college. I wish I found you before going to college, as it would have prevented me from wasting 4 years of my life. What did I just tell you? He wasted half a decade because he didn't listen to his older brother. I fucked up big time by majoring in psychology because I didn't know what I wanted to do in college. I went because my family pressured me to go. The number one reason not to go to college. Thankfully, I didn't rack up any debt because I had a scholarship to the university that I attended. I just feel horrible that I wasted all that time from 18 to 23 majoring some stupid shit. I don't want to make the same mistake again. I decided to go back to school. I have several choices as to what to do next. I would like your guidance on the matter. I also don't want to have kids or get married in the future because I'd rather develop myself into an interesting human being. Well, kids and getting married, that doesn't preclude you from becoming an interesting human being. Having kids, having other people in your life, family or not, will make you a more interesting person. Choice 1, I would like to seek work as a pharmacy technician, go to school to pursue further education, become a pharmacist, physical therapist assistant, or physical therapist. All right, that all requires a lot of work. A pharmacist, you basically become a doctorate. I think a physical therapist is almost a doctorate, and physical therapist assistant is not a doctorate, but you got a lot more education. It would allow me to make money while going to school at the same time. Well, wait, I would like to seek work. Oh, as a pharmacy technician. Okay, I see. Choice 2, I joined the military to gain valuable skill sets and learn order and discipline. Choice 2 is also tied into Choice 1 because the United States Army offers a doctor of physical therapy program that would allow the selected men and women to get accepted to work and learn the same thing. And then you probably go work on the poor vets that got injured or wounded or just plain injured in basic or whatever. Yeah, I could see it. It's called the Army Baylor DPT program. Choice 3, I could go back to work in my mom's business in Vietnam right away. However, I don't think I'll be happy doing the job because I don't have the desire to sell carpet. However, I could see myself living in Vietnam because I'm here right now. The overall cost of living is much lower. I would be close to my family, and the city is great. However, I can't shake this gut feeling that this is not the right choice for me. Listen to your intuition, dude. Entrepreneurs in cars. We did a video, 2-hour video almost, and then we didn't have the audio for it. It didn't record. But he said one of the major mistakes he made in his life was not listening to his intuition. So, yeah, that gut feeling, I would follow that. Do not go to Vietnam. I would rather find my own path instead of following my mom, even though she's a smart businesswoman. I might move back here at a later point in my life because I'm a citizen of Vietnam and the United States. For investment purposes, that's a different topic. Choice 4, I might just consider going to trade school and becoming an electrician when I get back to the United States if my other plans fail. I'd also like to add, I'm glad it was a short one. I'd also like to add in that I have several advantages at my disposal. I have housing and lodging taken care of in both countries, so I don't have to worry about where I'll live while I develop skills and prerequisites for the next move. I'll be living in Tejas, Texas is awesome, with my sister when I move back to the States because of no state income tax. I don't have any debt, so I don't have to worry about paying off anything. I'm a minimalist, I don't want wife or kids. I have access to different countries to live in, which makes me more flexible, I think. Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. If one country gets lippy or kind, could you imagine if Hillary Clinton was elected? What would happen now? Oh, woo! That should be that much worse than Obama, but as much as Obama did, it's minorities and they gotta get past race, so it'd be vagina, 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 vag. Vagina, 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 vag. Vag, vagina, vagina. Vag, vag, vagina, vagina, vag, vag. And that's all her speeches would be. My mom made some smart business decisions during her career, which put me in a place where I don't have to worry about money too much. However, I still need to find a way to make my own money and establish my own career. I understand that I'm a very good position compared to my peers. However, I am lost as to what career path I should take. I wish I found you when I was 18 so I wouldn't be in this position. Thank you and keep up the great works. I love your channel. Alright, so what did I ask you? Where did Mike ask some extra questions? Oh, what do you want to be? Have your reconnaissance, man. Okay. I made a list of what I want in life. We're going to figure out what you want to do in life, and then we'll figure out if your plans here are the best way to get there. Here's the following. I want to travel the world eventually. I want to have good work-life balance. I want to get better at my hobbies, lifting and martial arts. I want to learn new hobbies, shooting in new languages. I want to develop social skills. That develops naturally. I want to have good friends and a simple life. That will develop naturally, but then it'll be out of your control as everyone starts to breed. You don't want a wife and kids. I think I want to do something in healthcare, therefore physician therapy and or pharmacy path. I also think I want to move to Vietnam from the United States for retirement eventually. Yeah, I agree with you there. Assuming things don't change in 30 to 40 years. I would also be open to a job where I can live half the year in Vietnam and half the year in the U.S. So I like videos that. Okay, look, here's what I would do. I would go the medical route because it pays well. And I would do so going through that Army plan. And the reason I would go through the Army plan is because not only will it pay for things, blah, 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 but then you have access to the VA and you got your medical coverage. It may not be the greatest health care, but there's a VA somewhere over there in Southeast Asia. Maybe you have to fly outside Vietnam. I don't know. There might actually be one in Vietnam. I'm not sure. But somewhere out there's a VA. So you get medical benefits going through the U.S. military. You also obviously would become, more importantly, the training that you would get, become a physical therapist. And then who knows, you may actually like the military. Of course, the problem is joining the military, you're going to have to be committed to that for quite some time, especially to get your training. And so that may not, you may not be willing to give that commitment. But as I've said before, no one's going to take you seriously until you're 35. You could certainly go back to school for physical therapy if your parents are paying for that, and it sounds like you're kind of a spoiled brat. You're not personally a brat, but you are a spoiled brat. You don't need to join the military. If you got food, clothing, and shelter paid for, that's usually the reasons I'm recommending young people join the military, even at risk of getting shot. But if you got those basics covered, you don't really have to join the military. I think the military, though, would get you. You kind of like, oh, what do I do? Well, this would slap you across the face and make you appreciate freedom. When you don't own you basically will be the U.S. military's bitch for 3 to 4 years. And that'll give you an appreciation for freedom. So, like, I remember when I was in college, I mean, just working full-time and going to school full-time. I didn't own my own life. And then when I got out, I was thankful as hell I'll never have to work 2 full-time jobs ever again. I was very happy. So that might be something that will put things in context for you while giving you point, purpose, agency, and reason in life, and training that outside of the military you can go on and become a physical therapist. The rest of your goals, and you know, what else? What was your other things? Yeah, don't go back to Vietnam. You don't want to do that. You do want to go into trade school. No, that one just sounds like you have no interest in it, like you just came up with it because you pulled it out of your ass because you're a psychology major. You don't know what to do now. So I would postpone the trade. That just seems out. But I would do the physical therapy or physical therapy assistant or pharmacist if you want to go that long to school. And the reason why is this: in the United States, you'll be paid buku coin. But that doesn't, since you're a minimalist, you don't have to live an expensive lifestyle. I know in Vietnam things are, quote, cheaper in the United States. That doesn't mean there aren't cheap places to live. That doesn't mean you can't get by on a minimal amount of money here. You just have to not want to buy shit you don't need. You just simply be a minimalist. Now what will happen is you'll save a lot more money here, which will buy you even more purchasing power over there when you do inevitably go and move and retire. Whereas if you go to Vietnam, it's a different world over there, as I'm sure you're aware. But I had a client who was a dentist, and dentists are a dime a dozen. It's not the same thing. It's not like, oh, you're a surgeon. Well, you know, it's a little bit different. It's a lot of suppliers like your mother. I mean, it's the old school downtown America where here's the carpet store and here's the furniture store, and they sell vacuums. And my uncle, he deals with fish. It is very much like that. So what you learn here in the United States may not be totally employable over there in Vietnam. So I would make the bulk of your money here. On top of you, deep down inside, don't want to go to Vietnam. I mean, live there anyway now. And then when time comes and you're 50 or 60 years old, you're done with your practice, then you go to Vietnam. Maybe open up a little shop as a part-time physical therapist or whatever it is you want to do, your next chapter in life. So I think that is what you should do. Now, how you get there, though, I'll leave that up to you. I'd still think a stint in the U.S. military would do you good. It would give you discipline. It would definitely prevent you from wandering, but it's something that I'd recommend. But yeah, that's I'd leave that up to you, but you don't need it. You really don't need it. So anyway, hope that helps. If you guys got questions, go to assholeconsulting.com. Your older brother will take care of you. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.